Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today I'm going to be doing my what sold video for last week, Monday through Thursday, which is September 9th through the 12th. Sales were okay. I had 2 below average days and then 2 above average days, so that kind of all evened out. Before we get started on this video though, I wanted to talk about 2 things. First thing is Granger. Y'all, we set up an account with Granger and went and picked up our first order, which is what they told us we had to do. And then Robert applied for us to get the red dot free shipping thing. And he had used my name, the Rebel Reseller, as the business. And now they won't approve us because they think we're resellers of their supplies, even though I told him send them a link to my store so they can see that I don't sell boxes, I don't sell shipping supplies. So I think, but they won't even return our messages now, so I'm kind of disappointed. So, you know, if you ever want to apply for Granger, don't use the word resell in your business name. So just words of warning. And then I had mentioned in a previous video that I was going to show you guys how to set up your listings so that you can block European Union from your Levi's. Well, come to find out what I was doing wasn't working. I called eBay. Robert had gone in on a VPN and looked up one of my items, and it still showed that it was available to be shipped to Great Britain. We just picked that country. So I had called eBay. I got passed from listing people to the Vero department, and then finally I spoke with the rep who tried to walk me through what he thought would work, and none of it worked. Even though I was blocking European Union, it was still showing available to purchase. Nobody could explain to me why, you know, somebody else on Facebook, which, you know, it's not happened to me, but somebody else had made a post on Facebook saying that they got 4 Veros. Y'all, I had 106 Levi's items. I can't afford to have 106 Veros, which was my concern all along. Nobody could explain that to me, why this person got 4 Veros. And, you know, I don't blame them for saying, you know, it didn't happen to me, so they can't really discuss the whole system with me. But the only thing this rep could come up with was business policies. The only way you can set it up so that your items don't get shipped somewhere that it shouldn't be, even if you don't ship directly to international, even if you're in just the eBay International Shipping Program, the only way you can do it is through business policies. And I've mentioned in the past, we can't do business policies. It keeps declining. They offered to, you know, sit with us and help us through the process to make sure that it's working. But I don't want to do this right as fourth quarter starting. So Robert has said that if we're going to do it, which I really don't want to, I don't want business policies, but if we're going to do it, it's going to be next year. But, you know, I'm at a loss because I took all my Levi's down. I can't run the risk. It's not worth 106 Levi listings to, you know, all of a sudden get Veros on them because they're being made available through the eBay International Shipping Program to the European Union. So I went ahead and cross-listed all of them over into Poshmark and Mercari, which I sold something, which was funny. But, you know, I deleted all of them off of eBay. And we'll just have to figure out, anybody have business policies and never had issues? I see on Facebook, and it could be user error, I don't know, but anytime I see a post that somebody says, all of a sudden my listings are all medium L, or everything got turned into free shipping, inevitably somebody says, are you using business policies? And the answer is yes. But, you know, I don't have any experience with business policies, so I don't know why that happens to some people. So I don't know. A lot to think about, but I'm not even going to consider it till after fourth quarter because this is too busy of a time for me to be messing around with trying to figure stuff out. And I don't like change. I don't like change, and I've done enough this year. All right, let's go ahead. You know, I sold on Mercari and Poshmark and, of course, on eBay. Nothing on Etsy, but I have sold a couple of things since this past week. But no big, you know, big sales, but a lot of good sales, a lot of good sales. All right, so let me go ahead and get to this. Mercari, I sold a pair of jeans, universal thread, mid-rise women's jeggings, sold for $11.50. And then this pink baby blanket with satin edge sold for $19.95. Then on Poshmark, I sold two things. I sold this Orvis men's long sleeve shirt for $21. And then this Wild Fable brown overalls sold for $19. Now, eBay. If you're new to my channel, I don't do free shipping on any of my platforms. So when I say something sold for $8, the buyer also has paid additional for shipping. All right, first thing, I had a baggie of just smalls that I had picked up at the bins, and these three were in there. Used Google Lens, figured out they're called Monster High Minis, and they weren't listed but like less than a month, and they sold for $8. But yay for the smalls, right? Funny story about this item. Person bought it, and then realized she hadn't changed the address. She wanted it shipped to her brother, I believe it was. So, you know, I told her, you know, I can't change the address. I can end it. And then when I relist it, she could purchase again. It had sold on sale and I think even on an offer. And when I relisted it, she didn't even bother. She bought it at the full price, $34.95. These have been listed a really long time. They are West Bin thermoserve insulated mugs, and they were Americana design. But yeah, I remember these from when we were camping as kids. We used to camp a lot, and I remember my parents having these kinds of cups that we took, you know, for hot chocolates and their coffee and stuff like that. All right, Ralph Lauren women's jeans sold for $14.94. Y'all, I sold a lot of jeans that 4-day period. Baby doll stuff. These were some of those magic cups. One was a sippy cup, one was a bottle. No brands that I could tell, and they sold, it took about 4 months, but they sold for $13.45. Disney Beauty and the Beast building sold for $9.86. All right, Department 56. Pretty sure I picked this up at my favorite little estate sale company. They had a sale where the whole closet area was full of Department 56. We got there late. There wasn't very much left. A lot of it was just small things. And y'all, I paid $1 or $2 each for them. And I sold a lot, you know, sold what I picked up at definitely good prices. This was I've Got My Eye on You Scarecrow, and it sold for $28.76. All right, bought this from at an estate sale that we helped our friends Daryl and Dwayne at. There were I think five of these. I ended up paying $5 each, but they are metal art sculptures made out of vehicle parts, like the trunk or the hood of a vintage vehicle. Let me move this one. This one had said it was made from a 1963 Ford truck. So it was shaped like a cow. And I think this is the first one that sold, and it sold for $59. Fisher Price Chunky Farm Hay Baler sold for $8.06. Vintage 1978 Deluxe Uno card game sold for $22.45. Hallmark Tan Bear Plush with the nylon body, $11.66. A lot of just $10 to $20 sales. Wild Republic Skunk Plush sold for $10.49. Dandy Gray Elephant Lovey, love the Loveys, sold for $11.66. Aurora Lamb Chop Full Body Hand Puppet from Sherry Lewis sold for $15. All right, this has been listed since the end of last year. I want to say I paid like $5 for this at an estate sale. And I finally got an offer of $25, which I just went ahead and accepted. Make it gone, right? Make it gone. A viewer sale, so thank you so much, Tracy. Tracy picked up these Nightmare Before Christmas figure lot. This was in the box of stuff that we purchased at the same time and same yard sale that we picked up all of the Snoopy stuff. It was just a box of random, there were Funko Pops and these and just a lot of little figures, some IKEA stuff. It was just a hodgepodge. And I've sold several things out of it already. But Tracy picked up these figures for $22.45. We paid $10 for the whole box. All right, Disney Club Penguin. Definitely keep your eyes out for these and the little penguins that go with the Disney Club stuff. I do really well with them. Some of them are bread and butter. Some of them sell for quite a bit. This didn't even stay listed a month, and it sold for $13.45. It's the green Puffle. Chalkware, still selling it. I picked up a bunch at an estate sale, but it took me probably a year to go ahead and finish listing all of it. These were some wall hanging cats, and they sold for $12. I think this was a Ben's pickup, but they were here, there, and everywhere. Ended up being the 3 little pigs and a wolf, and they sold, I think, the day after I listed them. I went ahead and accepted an offer of $25 for them. I just showed you guys this in a recent haul. Well, I don't even know if you guys have seen the haul yet, but this was another Ben's pickup. It was heavily damaged. It is the life preserver that goes to the Fisher-Price Little People yacht. I think sometimes it's the Happy Houseboat or something like that. Very hard to find, and this is like the second one I've sold this past year that had damage and teeth marks, and still it sold in the same month that I listed it for $6. Attico Halloween Jack-o'-lantern. I remember picking up a bunch of Halloween stuff at an estate sale, but it's been over 2 years ago. And this finally sold for $17.50. Walmart Cow Plush from 2019. Y'all, I like the vintage Walmart stuff, but I like the contemporary stuff also. And this one sold for $17.95. Little Me Baby Dog Baby Blanket sold for $12. It's been listed a while. Oh, this sold instantly, so sometimes you wonder, right? This was in a recent video. It was seriously dirty, and it didn't come all the way out. It was still discolored. I think I washed it 2 or 3 times. It didn't get any better. I just decided to go ahead and list it because it's terry cloth, definitely vintage, and it sold the same day I listed it for $19.95. All right. Coastal Wear vintage t-shirt from 1990 sold for $21. Polo Ralph Lauren men's jeans sold for $19.50. Another viewer sale, so thank you again, Sherry. Sherry saw me show this in a recent haul video, and she went and picked it up. It is the Disney Babies Sven frozen reindeer with the swaddle blanket for $16.15. So thanks, Sherry. A&A, I like that brand. A lot of the plush is nice quality. This was a raccoon plush and it sold for $24.95. It must have been after I'd done an end and sell similar and my sale hadn't started yet, because this was listed back in January and it sold for its full price. Pieces and parts to vintage appliances. This is an Oster Regency kitchen center food and meat grinder attachment, and it sold for $17.95. If you notice, there's a number 2 at the end of my title. That's how I had several of these to list, and that's how I just differentiate them so that eBay doesn't think I have duplicate listings. I just throw a number on the end. All right, this was also from that box of stuff we picked up at the Snoopy sale. Mr. Bill sold very quickly for $8.06. Build-A-Bear. I bought 2 large boxes at a yard sale. I think I paid $10 for each box. They were just full of them. And these 2 little dresses sold for $16.75. A lot of little, y'all. J. Jill women's button jacket. This has been listed quite a while. Probably one of Robert's offers that went out. He's been sending a lot out, I think, in like 40 and 45%. Maybe more. I don't know. But it finally sold for $10.51. Maya, and Alvin. Puppet, Lovey type plush. Probably a Ben's pickup, but it might have been from a kids consignment sale. Sold for $9.05. A Lev Tex baby Lovey. This isn't the type that's just flat. Doesn't have a plush attached to it. But sold for $8.96. Clark's women's shoes. We pick up a lot of them. $1 and $2 at yard sales. Sometimes at the bins. And they sell generally like $15 to $20 for us. These sold for $16.16. Mary Meyer Taggies, Lovey, Rabbit sold for $13.45. You know that you see it every once in a while. Somebody will make a post, you touch something, and then all of a sudden it sells. I was digging through a bin that this was in, looking for something else, and it just caught my attention, and I picked it up trying to figure out what it was, and it sold that day. It is a Burger King Kids Club Dave Mira, some kind of trading card kind sign set. I don't know. Sold for $10.49. Oh, I'm pretty sure these were in the high bid estate sale stuff, that the last 2 boxes that it took forever for me to get to. And it was just a bunch of Hardee's, Burger King, Subway, kids meal stuff. More pants. American Eagle women's jeans sold for $15.94. American Eagle men's jeans sold for $19.99. Oh, for most of these, we either are picking them up at the bins or at yard sales, and we'll pay, $1 or $2, maybe sometimes $3, but not usually, just depending on the brand. We don't shop usually at thrift stores where the prices are just too high for us around here. So, we don't have a whole lot in our clothes, which is nice to be able to be selling them for $10 and $15 and $20 each. Gap 90s women's jeans sold for $15.94. White Mountain Candy Wrappers Jigsaw Puzzle. Again, we put a lot of puzzles together. This is my favorite brand, other than now the Liberty wooden ones, of course, that we found at our at an estate sale. But this puzzle sold for $9.95. Hasbro Finding Nemo Squirt Turtle Plush sold for $13.45. This was also in the box of stuff that we picked up at the Snoopy sale. This is a Pokemon limited edition Jigglypuff gold plated trading card from Burger King, sold for $7. Very quick sell. Smart Max. I picked these up at the bins. I knew they were unique. They're just little magnet type figures, and they sold in about 3 months for $22.45. Calico Critters. Funny thing is I had a couple of lots, and then I found a bag of stuff in my profit piles. So I took down all of my listings and made one big listing. I've already found a few more, but it's already sold. I'll have to start a new one. But it was just some of the figures, some furniture. I had a couple of pieces to a house or one of the cottages. I made a second listing for it, and it sold immediately. But I went ahead and accepted a $25 offer on this lot of figures and furniture from Calico Critters. Dakin Walrus Hand Puppet from 1977 sold for $13.45. Rock Revival Women's Jeans sold for $28.50. American Eagle. Again, y'all, American Eagle sells like crazy for us. These are boyfriend jeans, sold for $18. Mattel Blues Clues Playhouse. It was an electronic, like seek and find type toy, sold for $13.45. It did take about 1.5 years to sell. Columbia Hiking Boots, size 8, sold for $20.20. Old Navy women's jeans, sold for $13. All right, here is an example of some of the tie stuff. I picked up a bunch at my favorite little estate sale. I think all of it was cats and dogs. All of them were these classics from the like 90s, early 2000s. And I think I've already sold one of them, but this is Crystal the cat, and she sold for $24.25. So not all tie is bad. Just, you know, do your comps and probably steer clear of most of the beanies. Another jeans, Dickies Carpenter jeans, sold for $22.21. Tonka Pound Puppies Plush. Usually I do lots of 2 or 3 of them. These 3, I bought a box of these when we went to the Peaches to the Beaches. Pretty sure this is a part of that. And these 3 sold for $15. I think I paid $30 for a large box that had the littles, the bigs, and just some accessories also. Jimmy Peppa Pig greeter plush. These stand, that's why they're called greeters, sold for $13.45. Build-A-Bear, again, more of the clothes. I'm pretty sure these were in the box lots that I bought at a yard sale. Just the monkey outfit and a pair of Skechers sold for $12.11. Cutie Pie Lovey. Man, I sold a lot of Loveys in this video. This one sold for $16.16. These are windows and doors off of a Fisher-Price Victorian Mansion dollhouse, and they sold for $14. Tie Pillow Pals Carrots, the rabbit, sold for $8.96. I like the Pillow Pals from Tie also, and the Tie Babies, but a lot of them are just bread and butter, like this one. Madewell jeans sold for $15.94. And last but not least, like I said, no big dollar sales, just a lot of, a lot of regular stuff for me. Aeropostale straight men's jeans, $11.41. Can you tell I've been doing a whole lot of listing of clothing? A lot of clothing. I'm using that AI Express lister. Loving it. Loving it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Lots of work. I've been trying to get videos ahead because we are going on vacation again at the beginning of October. I'll talk about that in Sunday's What Sold video, because I need some ideas, y'all. Need some ideas of what to do. But, you know, it's time to get to work. Bye.